correct me if I'm wrong, I believe you stated that the landfill owned that property.
Yes.
The landfill has never owned the New Hope Church property. Never. Ernest Kaufman himself said in a letter in June of 2015 that the New Hope Church property was not owned or controlled by the landfill. Now, Ernest Kaufman, I don't know if he was around when the landfill was originally permitted. I was, and many of you were. Mike Smith was in the wings. I don't know if he knew this. But we took information to Mr. Smith and Ernest Kaufman last fall to show them on the county records the size and shape of the property of New Hope Church. And that it is an independent property. It has never been owned by the landfill. And yet, the landfill employees went on that property, which was a trespass, and they proceeded to bulldoze paths through it. They bulldozed up trees and shrubs and mounds of dirt, and they actually had no right to be there whatsoever. After they had done a lot of bulldozing and they got some flack from community members, then we made them aware that in order to actually work at a cemetery, they needed to get permission from the Alabama Historical Commission. So Mr. Smith prepared an application for a permit. This was, of course, after they'd used bulldozers and other heavy equipment on the property, after they had bumped into a number of graves, after they had pushed dirt over and rolled heavy equipment over Esther Calhoun's family. And so a lot of damage had already been done by the time they asked for permission from the Alabama Historical Commission. They wrote in their application that they were going to take great care, they were going to do everything just right according to the rules. And so they continued on the property, they cut down trees. Now they think that what they did is good, but they are not the descendants of the people who are buried there. And although they did create a cemetery foundation, I think only 2 members of their foundation actually have a descendant there, whereas many other people in this community have descendants there and are not being consulted. And to my way of thinking, that is very unfair. The way that cemetery foundation was designed and the way it reads on paper, it is very exclusive. It's written actually to exclude any other people from the group or from having any say in the group. With that knowledge, some of the people who have descendants there that were not included decided to form their own cemetery foundation, which they have done, but it was really too late for them to stop any of the activity that has gone on. One other thing I want y'all to understand about that is, since the landfill did not own the New Hope Church cemetery property itself, they had absolutely no right to deed it to anyone. So if in fact they have deeded it to the cemetery foundation that they created, they have placed a cloud on the title of the church property. So we have attorneys that are looking into that and working on that, and we'll see how that comes out. It's very unfortunate that ADEM apparently was not aware of this big to-do going on. When we talked to some folks at ADEM, it appears that they thought that everyone in the community was just hunky-dory with this. Well, everyone in the community was not hunky-dory. They were very, very upset because things were going on that shouldn't have been going on. Things were going on with Arrowhead that they actually had absolutely no authority to do. And so, to me, their actions on that property were a criminal trespass. They desecrated the cemetery and graves. It's against state law to disturb a grave. They removed headstones. They took them away from the property. They later brought some back. They put them on the wrong people's graves.
I never heard.
You didn't know that?
I ain't never heard such thing in my life.
do
It's
something like
horrible.
that.
It's pretty bad.
It's
Now-
very wrong.
I really want to talk about this last topic. I hope this is my last topic. Because some individuals here in the community tried to question what Arrowhead and Mike Smith and Mr. Coughlin were trying to do, when we said, well, we're not sure we're really happy with those plans, and so before we talk to you anymore, we think it might be important to get legal representation, because Arrowhead